Hi, everybody. It is Monday, the 22nd of January, 2023. It's about 9:45 in the morning, Central Standard Time. So, hey, I know stuff is going to be released between now and the upload time at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, if I'm missing something, it's because I haven't focused on it. Yeah, remember, I am a clairvoyant, clairaudient, psychic. Everything is entertainment purposes only. The full disclaimers in the box, along with the tip jar. I think I got that thing straightened out with PayPal. And also buy me the coffee, but actually, hey, you're buying me cream sodas. uh, so I just wanted to let people know, hey, I really do buy cream soda with it. Um, Now it's I've been seeing a lot of people commenting about the weather and everything, and I know, hey, it's winter. Deal with it. Pull out the flannel sheets, the fleece sheets. It's chilly for all of us, and I know that a lot of people are comfortable with their heat at 78 degrees in the winter, but sorry, with the economy, thanks to Barry and the Davos dudes, yeah, we're gonna have to turn our heat down to like 70, 72. Keep the long sleeves out. Yeah, wear more layers this winter. And when you do that, hey, remember, especially people worldwide, we're in this mess because people believed the faulty propaganda. And people in a lot of countries are having fits about how our economy and how our lives have been deteriorating over the past few years. So we've got to stand up, and especially tomorrow, where they're going to have the New Hampshire primary. Last week we were hearing, what is it, Nimarata, going off how it's going to be only 2 people in this race. How did the person who uses the stage name Nikki Haley know it was going to drop down to 2? Did she have advance information coming from Ronnie D's group? Did someone from DeSantis inform somebody that was working on the Democrat Nikki Haley's campaign? Yes. Remember, Nimarata Randhawa, known as Nikki Haley, she was the ambassador to the UN, which means she has been swayed to follow the ideology of the Davos dudes. Nikki Nimarata likes the ideology of the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization. Plus, I've spoken to real people in New Hampshire, and they've been saying for the past month they've been inundated with nothing but Nikki, 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 25-8. And they're sick and tired of the wench. So her alleged 39% is going to be changed dramatically when she wakes up on Wednesday morning. She's going to realize that people have woken up and they now know that she is being groomed to be the puppet for Barry's 4th term. I keep getting it that they're going to wipe out, have JoJo refuse the nomination this summer. Instead, as an emergency replacement, they're going to put in fat ass J.B. Pritzker and Nimrata Randhawa, that everybody knows by her play name, Nikki Haley. Fat and obese and greedy, with a person who is still under the control of the South Asian government. Be careful, folks. She's deadly. She and her crowd, deadly. No, we've got to... someone asked me, it's like, where are some of the sources I get, and what do I... if I'm have downtime and I just want to have brain candy. There are a couple sites that I do look at. One of them is called Real Life Lore. It's all one word. Another one is Caspian Report, which is one word. And then one for weird, unusual stuff that's just fun to listen to is the Infographics Show. And if you go poke around on those 3 channels, and they also cross-post on a lot of other platforms, they have put up some really good analysis of what is going on in Yemen and all the Arab Sunni, I mean, not the Sunni, but the Shiite Muslim countries. Yeah, it's basically, we now know that the evil empire of Tehran that's what it's now going to be known as, the evil empire. They're the ones who are controlling and providing the transportation for the creepazoids to get into Europe, into the UK, and into the United States and Canada. Yes, Tehran is providing the means and everything. I mean, they've basically cleaned out all the armaments that Barry left for the Taliban, and they're now being sent down to Yemen. And yeah, it's not pretty. It's the evil empire ruled out of Tehran. And people have to wake up and get ready. Because the military men that they have sent that have invaded America and the UK, when there will be a time that they will be told to go into action. And we must be prepared. And yeah, one thing I did see, it's like, go buy a good quality muffin tin. And usually you can find these at a good price. You might still be able to find the holiday stuff marked down to nothing. Go to your stores that sell all sorts of craft items like Hobby Lobbies, Joanne Crafts, Michael's Crafts, and grab the last season boxes of holiday tea lights. Because you can actually use a muffin tin, you drop the tea lights in, so you have like 4 together, and you can actually heat up food products and boil water. So, in an emergency, yeah, and see if you can get some really old-fashioned, old-style metal coffee cans. Because you can put one of those big fat candles in the coffee can and put the coffee can on like a piece of tile so it doesn't burn what it's sitting on. And that coffee can does give off some heat. And don't forget plastic near windows. Make sure you have a little bit of ventilation to get fresh air in the house. And start layering up, because they're going to start pulling some real nasty stuff. And we just have to be careful and get ready. And instead of buying the individual bottles of water, yeah, grab the gallon and the 2.5 gallon jugs. You can always refill a cup, glass, water bottle. You don't need a gazillion little bottles, but the big 2.5 gallon dispenser bottles basically come out to the same price. Uh, so, yeah, we saw the, now to take off some more heat off of the Catherine situation, Sarah, uh, Duchess of York, did release some more medical information of her own. And she said, yes, that she went after her breast cancer battle. She did go to a dermatologist because she said, hey, I've got a couple moles. They look funny. Because once you start, she most likely she read up on a lot of different things pertaining to cancer when with her initial diagnosis. So then she probably read something up on skin cancer. And that's what probably prompted her to go to see a dermatologist. And they did remove a few funky looking moles. And yes, one of them did come out cancerous. Now, even though skin cancer, some is like pretty minor, other is highly aggressive. I think it was one of Ronald Reagan's daughters died of skin cancer. Well, Sarah has brought forth, hey, women, men, start watching. If you've got a mole that is changing shape and color or growing excessively large in a short period of time, go get it checked out. And by Sarah making this announcement, she graciously also took the heat off of people poking around in Catherine. And everyone's like, oh, 2 weeks for Catherine in the hospital. Remember, the doctors probably made the announcement pertaining to the longest amount of time she would have to stay hospitalized. So if she does get to go home early, that's great. But hey, if they said, oh, she'll be in for 3 to 5 days and then it pushes to 10, people will make all sorts of, oh my, dire assumptions which are untrue. Remember, she had surgery on her abdomen. Sometimes they put in a drainage port. She's got stitches or staples, or maybe they butterflied her closed. The last thing she needs is for a rambunctious 5-year-old to come running, jumping on the bed to give mommy a hug. So it's basically for her own safety. They wanted the incision site to have as much time as possible to close up with her not being jostled around by the kids. Not the kids probably don't realize it, and it's not saying anything horrible about the kids, but it's like, hey, I've got neighbors, and some of my neighbors have little ones, and they know, hey, I'm the lady bakes cookies for them. And when they see me, they do come up and give me a big hug. And it's like, yeah, it's like one of the. I was downstairs on Friday waiting for the mail lady to finish putting everything in the boxes, and one of my neighbors was there with her little girl, and she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's the little girl that I made the Halloween costume for. And it's like immediately she just came over, and I was sitting on the sofa in the foyer. She just came and sat on my lap, and it's like, okay, without asking, but it was like, okay, you can sit on my lap, no problem. But kids don't have the comprehension yet to realize that even a simple hug could cause mommy pain or pull open mommy's incision. So basically, they have her there so she has more time to heal. And with mommy in a hospital bed, the kids can't jump up and give her the big hugs they're accustomed to. They know that they have to be careful and real gentle with mommy. And people are saying, oh, William is shutting down all this work and that. But remember, okay, not only has his wife just gone through major surgery, his dad is having surgery this week also. And heaven forbid, but freaky things happen. So it's good that, hey, it's William is close by if heaven forbid the god awful thing could happen. So it's good that he's not off doing stuff all over the country or out of the country. He's there supporting Catherine and the kids, and he's close by just in case. And now it is coming out that Mike and Carol are helping out with the kids and the school runs, and just wait. You probably are going to see a little news blurb or a photograph with the 3 Cambridge Wales kids having an overnight over at Auntie Anne's house along with the Tyndall kids. So why not? It's like you throw all 6 kids together and basically you don't have to worry about entertaining them because you put the 6 kids together along with the kids from Peter Phillips. They're all entertaining their cousins. They're hanging out. The only time you have to really do any supervision is to make sure that the little ones wash their hands completely before they sit down for lunch, tea, or dinner. So they'll self-entertain and make sure that William and Catherine have a quiet day, quiet weekend with the kids hanging out with their cousins, which is a perfectly acceptable situation for them to, especially while mommy was sick, mommy's healing up, and mommy needs rest. So they get to go play with basically, you could say, honorary titled Auntie Zara and Uncle Mikey, and go out and have some roughhousing fun and get the energy out of the boys. So when they come back, they've been roughhoused with, and they've had lots of fun, and they went out and playing with the ponies and did all sorts of goofy kid stuff. So I can see that happening, or we might even see James, who's what? He's what? Just what? A young teenager? You might see Sophie or Ed taking George out with his cousin, Viscount Severin, the future. Yeah. So, because he's at that age where, okay, yeah, George is mature enough, so he might have fun hanging out with his cousin James that lives on the other end of Windsor Great Park. You'll see the kids with their cousins over the next couple of months hanging out. Now, plus some stuff over with the EU crap. I'm laughing because here, 100 years ago, Ireland had its own little mini revolution to gain independence away from England, the UK, the monarchy. Well, we all know that they sold themselves out to the EU. And it's being distributed all over social media, and start looking for them. That the people from Ireland who represent Ireland in the EU are actually pro-evil empire. They're saying it was the Israelis who committed the atrocities. And one that is really comical is this goofball Mike Wallace. I mean, dude, get a haircut. You want to be taken seriously? You're looking like a weed head from the 1970s. What is your idol? One of the Guthries? Like Arlo Guthrie or Woody Guthrie with the hair? So this dude, I don't know what he's smoking, but he's probably visiting the cafes in Amsterdam on a regular basis. He he his he goes by, his little group is Independence for Change, and he publishes all his farcical crap on Elon's platform. And he's he's a member of the EU Parliament, but now he's even crossing the line, stating that the EU is supporting the Israeli atrocities against the Gaza Palestinians. And he's also making noise saying the US is attacking the Houthis, who have done nothing. Well, this Irish Mick, he needs to be re-educated. Someone needs to confront him, get into his face, and go after him. Verbally sit him down and read him the Riot Act. But then he's so woke, he'll probably cry that his feelings are hurt. Woke politicians are the destruction of this world. And plus, he probably is a loyal follower of the Davos dudes. And now they're really starting to, the WHO basically controls the manufacture of a lot of medications. And anybody who has a lifelong chronic condition, it's getting dicey, because it seems that basic medications that are being needed for people to maintain a safe lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, who require certain types of medications on a daily basis, those medications are now being, the supply chain, now they've reduced the amount of production. They're making them more difficult to acquire. This is happening really seriously in the UK because, hey, they broke away from the EU. And because America is now basically saying F you to Barry and Billy Boys, both of the Billies, and Georgie and Klaus, medications are getting in short supply. Now, my pharmacy knows I always call on a certain day of the month to get my medication picked up on. I usually call on about the 5th to pick up on the 7th. And they know it. I've been picking up the same batch of meds now monthly for the past 10 plus years. Well, now they're having issues in getting some of my medications. So now I've had to go to my doctors, and when they can't get my regular correct dosage of meds in, my doctors have also had to supply the pharmacy with supplemental hard copy prescriptions. So let's say one of my meds is for 500 milligrams. Well, they can't get that 500 milligram tablet in, but they can get the 250s in. So basically, instead of getting 30 of the 500 milligrams, I'm now being able to get 60 of the 250s and take 2 instead of 1. And they're trying to sub out different things, but they know, hey, if it has the blue dye in it, if it's colored blue, they probably use the vitamin B12 cobalt to make it. And if that happens, that could be harmful. So yes, the medication shortage is now going worldwide. There have been stories here in the United States, stories in Canada, and stories out of the UK. Funny. The Canadians are actually calling out No Brain Trudeau for his commie tactics. They're also, the UK pulled out of the EU. So, like the 3 biggest countries that are anti-bullshit, we're the ones getting hardest hit with the lack of medications. Yeah. Something's up. Something is up, and we have to be aware of it. Now, the last thing I want to go over, and I saw this on the news yesterday, and I did make a couple phone calls about it, and it's ironic that, okay, anyone who watched Saturday's live stream, the lovely Monica came on, and we were talking about stuff, and she mentioned the area that she lives in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I grew up in basically 2 towns to the east of her. And the town that my mom had her house in, yesterday afternoon, evening, it hit the news about a woman and her 3 daughters were found unalive at their house. And this house happened to be, let's see, 3 blocks south and like 2 blocks to the west of my old house, of my mom's old house. When I started hearing the names, it just all clicked. It was an honor killing. Yeah. Town that where I spent my weekdays at when I wasn't with my dad on the weekend, where my mom's house was located at. Yeah, they now have a large Islamic population. And I guess the girls were all in their early to mid 20s. They were probably living the life of an American woman. Well, now that the evil empire is sending more and more of their military here in the States, their daddy or male family member realized that they had soiled the family name by being American women. So, of course, he had to save the family's honor by unaliving all 4 women. Yeah, Americans, Canadians, my European, Australian, South African, all my viewers, be careful. Be very careful, because these members of the evil empire will take out a white woman if they feel that she is not living the proper way according to Allah. So it's not fun. It's not fun. We have to be careful. We have to keep our eyes open. And yeah, it's one of my viewers, we email back and forth. He sends me lots of interesting videos and so forth. And I did mention, hey, it's like, thank you. But sometimes I feel like a broken record. And their comment back to me was, keep it up, because the more you repeat it, the more it goes into their brains, and people will mention it. So if they tell two people, then you know the snowball effect. So I am making a sincere effort to vary the information in my videos, but I know I have to keep bringing out the same information time and time again. So people wake up and they let others know. Okay, so yes, today is the 22nd and it's Monday. So Wednesday, the 24th, another video will go up. And so everybody have a great evening. It's what, Monday night? So is it Monday Night Football? Who knows? Who knows? I kind of just watch other things. And I mean, I'm a junkie for documentaries. So I usually turn on something on one of the streaming channels with lots of historical documentaries. So everyone have a great evening, and next video is Wednesday the 24th at 4:30 Central Standard Time. Have a great one. Bye-bye.